Good afternoon and welcome to papercraftwithjenny.co.uk. Today I just thought I would hop on and do a quick video to show you a really simple fun fold card. This card is called the Pop-Out Gatefold card, and it's all the rage at the moment. You'll be seeing it across social media, Pinterest and websites and things. I'm sure there are lots of other creative people who are also making this card. But in my usual fashion, what I strive to do is to make these fun folds as simple as possible and as economical as possible for you, so that you can make a beautiful card but using either the minimum amount of card and paper, or like this card, making sure there's absolutely no wastage at all. So this is the card. If I stand it up on its end, you will see how the gatefold and the folds occur, and you'll see on the back of the card there's also a space for you to write your greeting and your message. It also folds up like that to go into a standard A5 envelope. So this is a big card. This is a special card for particular kind of birthdays and events. So my theme is Mothering Sunday, as that's coming up in the UK in a couple of weeks. So this is how the card looks when it's flat. And if I put it completely flat, you will see that it is actually one complete sheet of A4 cardstock. So there's absolutely no trimming and cutting to get started, just a few simple scores and a couple of lines of cut to using the trimmer, and then your A4 cardstock is ready to go. So I'm going to show you how to make this really simple version, and then I'll show you a second version at the end of the video where I've just added a little bit more decoration, so I can show you how you can layer up the panels and things. Okay, so let's get started by you'll want your Stampin' Up trimmer. I should also say that I am using the Perennial Lavender paper pack, and colours from this are January to April mini catalogue 2024. So if you're watching after April 2024, this will obviously be completely adaptable to any type of paper and cardstock colour that you want to adapt it for. Okay, so we've got our trimmer and scoreboard with the cutting blade. Get that one right out of the way, and the scoring blade first. So I'm going to put my piece of A4 cardstock in so that the long edge is at the top, and I'm going to score. To make this really simple, what I've decided to do is to score one half of the card first, then turn the cardstock around, and on the same side score the other half of the cardstock. So I'll show you exactly what I mean, but this is how I make it really simple fold. So this is all in centimetres, by the way. So your first score line is at 7.5 centimetres. All score lines goes top to bottom. So really simple. So 7.5 centimetres, and then 11 centimetres, and then where the centre of the piece of A4 would be. So for me, I always use my centre as 14.9 centimetres. So just score that one too. So 7.5, 11, 14.9. Now at this point, I'm going to take the piece of card out of the trimmer. Just leave it along, take it out. I'm going to turn it all the way around so that the long side is at the top again, but this time it's the other long side at the top. And I'm going to start again from the other edge. So I'm getting the same distances in as I go along. So again, it's 7.5 centimetres and 11 centimetres. And then we've already got that 14.9 in the centre there. And then what I'm going to do is to create the cut lines. So turn it round so that the short side is at the top. And again, it doesn't matter which side you start from, because we're going to turn it round 180 degrees again. So you start with the short side at the top, and you're going to cut it 5 centimetres. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut from your first score line all the way down to your last score line. So let me just push that up so it's a bit further on in the view there. So from the first score line to the last score line, you're going to cut at 5 centimetres. So just put the cutting blade in at the first score line, cut down and lift it out at the last score line. Okay, and then you're going to take the piece of card out, turn it 180 degrees and do exactly the same again on the other side. So short side at the top, line it up at 5 centimetres, top and bottom 5 centimetres. Because you're using the whole piece of A4, you can actually line it up top and bottom. Put your cutting blade in at the first score line, bring it all the way down to the last score line and lift it out. And that, for the card base, is as much trimming and scoring that you need to do. You don't need to do anything else from there. Okay, so I'm going to show you how the card actually folds next, and then I'll add my patterned papers. You'll notice as we go along as well that you've got some score lines now that you're not actually going to need. That's okay, because we're going to cover them up using the patterned paper. Okay, so the first thing to do is these big long folds on the outside, we're going to fold them back on themselves, like so. And you'll find that they just overlap a little tiny bit at the back. That's absolutely fine. So you're just going to fold those down. Don't need to bone fold them particularly at this point because you've got a chance to do that afterwards once you've added your patterned papers. And then this is the clever bit. So you're going to turn it around so that you've got it in portrait, and you put your thumbs on those middle score lines and you're pushing down on your thumbs at the same time as pushing up underneath on that middle section. And what you'll find is that you can then pop that middle section out. And there is a central score line, but it doesn't matter because you're going to cover that over. And that's how you get your card shape, your basic card shape. Once you've achieved that, you can then flatten it out again, and then we're going to add the patterned papers. So I will add the measurements into the notes of this video, but I will give you the measurements as I go along. Mine have already been cut so that I can add them quickly and easily to the different panels. So to begin with, we have 2 pieces for these outside panels. So I'm going with quite a strong pattern here. And these 2 panel pieces are 20.5 centimetres by 7 centimetres. Next, you've got the central panel here, and this is the one with the score line in it that we're going to cover over, remember? So this central panel piece is 10.5 centimetres by 7 centimetres. You've then got 2 pieces that border them in the middle, and these 2 pieces measure 10.5 centimetres again by 3 centimetres this time. And then finally you've got these 4 panels that are measure exactly the same, and I've put alternate patterns on them. So there's 4 of these, and they measure 7 centimetres by 4.5 centimetres. And these are all the pieces that I'm now going to stick down. So nice and quick and easy. I'm going to use Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue just for ease and speed, and also because it means you can slide the panels into place so that you get them exactly in the right place and lined up, so that you've got a little bit of a border around the edges. But it makes this a real wow card, but really quite quick and easy to actually put together, because you don't have to worry about that the cutting the A4 sheet to begin with up, and the pieces of patterned paper will cover up any of those score lines that you aren't going to use. They also provide strength to the card as well, which is also really good. Any card this size, really, you need to have as much strength as you can in it so that it's going to stand up on the mantelpiece when you gift it. But really nice, special card to give, but actually really quite easy to make. Not too challenging at all. And I think the fact that it goes in a standard A5 size envelope also means it's quite easy to send in the post as well, which also is something that we want at the moment. So just sticking all these pieces together. If you're watching this video today, before 11 p.m. tonight, and you like the papers that you're seeing from the Perennial Lavender suite, then the Perennial Lavender suite, as I say, is from our January to April 2024 catalogue. But until 11 p.m. tonight, any orders that reach £45 also qualify for celebration rewards as well. So you can also get some freebies on top of your papers and anything else that you might want to purchase that brings your order to £45. You can also get these papers as part of a starter kit if you want to join Stampin' Up as a demonstrator, or just get the very best deal on purchasing products in the catalogue, which obviously is by becoming a demonstrator like myself. You don't have to do videos or run classes or anything in the same way that I do. You can become a hobby demonstrator if you wish, or you can make a business out of it like I have. Completely up to you. Very, very flexible. So this is the last panel. As you can see, that's taken me minutes to actually not only make the card base, but also add the panels to that card. And obviously you can spend as much or as little time as you want to decorating the card. Once you've added those panels, you can just give it a bit more of a squeeze again to get those folds just exactly how you want them to be. And if you use a bone folder to finalise your creases, then I would do each section at a time. So if you just do the outside edges first, get that nice crisp fold, and then these front edges around that central panel. So you can't fold the entire card flat at this point because that isn't where you want the folds to be. So better to just fold the panel that you're actually working on. And then finally these two inside smaller folds, which again I would just do them one at a time. And there you've got your beautiful pop-out gatefold card. So that's the basic shape of the card. Gives you the opportunity to use lots of different pieces of patterned paper from your pattern paper pack. So whichever design you're using, it really gives you a chance to showcase almost every pattern that you have in the pack, certainly one side of the paper. So the only remaining things to do, I'll bring my original card back in, would be to add on a sentiment or maybe a central image or something. You can decorate the panels as well should you want to. And then on the back of the card, this white layer measures the same as the front panel, so that's 10.5 centimetres by 7 centimetres again, and that gives you a place to write your greeting to the person that you're gifting it to. So this pattern paper pack is Perennial Lavender, and I'll just show you a second one that I've done, and I've added a few more layers to this one. So these panels all have an extra layer underneath. So when I'm creating a second layer, all I do is take 0.6 of a centimetre or 6 millimetres off the original measurements, and that gives me my inside layer. So that's 3 millimetres each side to create that little border around. These papers are from the Forever Love suite. We're going to be using the Forever Love suite in my March workshops, so do let me know if you'd like to join in those. I supply a kit in the post, and at Coffee Club we have one card design that's usually quite simple because we do it on Zoom and have a chat, and we've also got I also do a monthly card club at the end of the month where you have supplies for 4 projects, which we make up on Facebook Live, and you can scroll back through my Facebook page to see more examples of what I've done. And again, you've got the space to write on the back. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you can see that not all fun folds need to be really complicated in how you make them, and they also don't need to take you too long to make them up as well. Once you've got the hang of cutting and scoring those few simple pieces, then it's really quick and easy to make up a really beautiful card. So thanks very much for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.